Hey, it's Amanda, and you are watching a segment from 100 videos in 100 days. This started out as a challenge to myself to prove that freedom can come from authenticity and vulnerability, and that life doesn't have to be perfect or look perfect, it doesn't have to feel perfect to be valuable, to really be valuable. And that you don't have to wait to share your gifts till it all looks a certain way. And this is also about what the cost is of waiting to share your gifts. I didn't have a YouTube channel before this. I never did a video of myself. I didn't even like to see myself in camera. So am I scared every time I do this? Yes. But I'm here. I'm showing up, because I'm committed to this conversation about freedom. And the freer I get, I believe the freer you will get. So I invite you to participate as you can. There's no editing here. I get one take. So if it all goes to hell, you go with me. There may be swearing, there may be crying. I may get up and walk around. It's the game. It's authentic and vulnerable. I will look different every day. So that's really the point of it, is in life there's no editing, there's no redos. So who are you going to be? How are you going to show up? What would that look like? And what would be possible if you just showed up exactly as you were and let the cards fall? Would that be freeing? It is to me. And if it is to you, I hope you get something out of these. If there's anything that I say that rubs you wrong or feels off, discard it immediately. It's not for you. It's for whoever needs it, and most likely for me. So when this turns off and the next one turns on, I will be sitting here quietly with my eyes closed. You're not walking into any special session that you're not supposed to see. Everything's transparent here. So I started this to have context in the beginning, because I can see people are jumping in the middle of the series, and I just want to make sure everyone feels included. So I will see you soon. The sun is so bright because it's early again. It's blinding me. Here with my eyes closed. No, I'm just kidding. I told my mind I've got about 10 minutes to do this, so maybe it'll be busy watching time instead of trying to talk through my mouth. Very much in a space of getting clearer and clearer that my mind has absolutely nothing to do with me. Nothing. So far I can't find anything. I know some people that might sound scary, like, well, if your mind doesn't know, let me tell you what your mind is. So let me first say, I'm super tired. Or at least that's what my mind's telling me. I didn't go to sleep till like 2 this morning because too much information was coming through. Like, the clearer I get, the more it's, not only is the information coming through, but it's stuff I've never heard before. And I've read a lot, I've studied a lot, I've practiced a lot, but this is stuff, makes the book a little tricky, because every time I start to kind of formulate it, then new stuff comes in. You can have to be a cut-off point on the book. So I'm tired because I kept writing, because new stuff was coming in and I was afraid I'd forget it in the morning, especially because I know my mind doesn't want me to remember it. But one of the things that came through was that what the mind is, or how it really works anyway, is imagine that however this was all created. I don't try and figure those things out. I don't give a flying flip. I really don't. that's a whole other video as to why it makes a difference to me. But let's say, however this was created. Okay, this is all just metaphors, right? So, but it's just to help you kind of get a context for how your mind operates and why it says the things it says and does the things it does, and why it is absolutely inaccurate in what it tells you, and why listening to it will keep you trapped. That's because each of us was given to, let's say, I can think of it as like a bodyguard, a thug, someone that had to be hired to protect the valuables, us individually. Why? Because there's only one of us. We're the only person or thing that can express the things that we can, the way we can, in all of the universe. So that's a valuable commodity. And we were given a guardian of sorts to protect us, keep us safe. And they were charged with keep her, him, they individually safe at all costs. They don't know what we like. They don't even necessarily know the language we speak. They don't know anything about it. It's like dropping an alien on another planet going, there's only one of her, and she's there for all of mankind. She must be protected at all costs, even from herself. So an infant gets dropped off, and the infant falls, and the infant bumps into things, and the infant's trying things out, and the infant has the mom there for a minute, and it doesn't have the mom there, or whatever the circumstances are. That bodyguard not only wants to keep you happy, but it'll even tell you preferences, or how to read things, or because it gets to influence your mind. So, instead of being nurturing, it tries to terrify you to keep you still. Keeps you stagnant. You know, that the more it can just keep you shut in a room, the less work it really has to do. It's really like, Pavlov's theory with the dog. They ring the bell, and the dog will go get the food, or get the food, and then the bell rings. So eventually they could just ring the bell and it would salivate. Well, if it could flash a picture at you, this bodyguard can just push a button and a movie flashes in your head, and it paralyzes you. You don't move, but you're safe. It's doing its job. It creates value for itself by keeping you terrified. Man, my mouth is dry. Okay, I'm getting water. Off the screen. Okay, so it's keeping you terrified in a room. So it can create value to itself. So wherever it thinks it has to report in at some point, it did my job. I get to keep my job. I value. I get to exist as long as she doesn't get hurt, nothing happens to her. So it's really misdirected, because parents do that all the time. But there's a way that helps along the way to create the natural part of the human being to come out, not just a survival mode. But that wasn't its job. And part of how I'm seeing this is because as I go in and I feel the feelings and I do inquiry, and I do it all day. I do it handwritten, and I do the stuff I've been sharing with you. But I posted on Facebook yesterday that when I was in the grocery store, I went in, so I'm in Arizona, it's 115 outside. And my mind, as I'm becoming more and more aware of it, is trying to throw diversions my way, all over the place. Yesterday, I was freezing. I was absolutely freezing. I felt like I was outside and it was snowing. My skin had that burning, tingling of when it gets burned by cold. My nose was turning red. My nose was starting to get runny. And I was freezing. I had on a hoodie, I had on jeans. I just couldn't get warm enough. I was wrapping up in blankets, and I was just laughing though, because I'm like, oh, you're so funny. You're trying to freak me out, because the freer I get, the stronger it's going to have to get. Will that hold forever? I do not believe so. There's not tons of proof other than people that have gone to that place where their mind snaps through. It's different, I think, to get to a really rough place and maybe purposely go and to the dark and keep looking, but I think it works the same. That's what my intuition is telling me. And when my intuition tells me things like that, I'm pretty accurate, because I think I've studied for 45 years. So, yeah, I lost my train of thought again. So it's going to throw symptoms at me, like I feel like I have a needle shoved into my hand. There's no needle there, but it's something for me to focus on. Like, oh, that really hurts. Oh, let me get something. What's going on with me? Google symptoms, whatever. Oh, I'm freezing. My nose is turning red. Just weird random things. So it's trying to divert me from seeing the truth, because then it could be out of a job. It could lose its purpose. But I think that the more you go, its tension will relax at some point, because once it knows it can't trick you, it can't scare you to death, it doesn't matter what you flash at it, because you can see it doesn't have a hold on you. Kind of like, if you go to a haunted house and you saw them set up the haunted house, and they jump out and yell, boo, you're like, good one. Not scared. Or if you're just a scary movie and you see it again, you just don't feel the same impact. That's why Wizard of Oz, she saw the wizard behind there and it wasn't the same game anymore. It's like, oh, well, that's disappointing. So I'm seeing all these things and they're moving away from me. And so I went to the grocery store and I was in this hoodie and jeans. And I went outside, but I was warm. It felt good to me. And I went in the grocery store and my mind started saying, oh, you could post this funny thing about, gosh, I thought my videos made me look crazy. But here I am looking really crazy in a hoodie and jeans in the grocery store in July in Arizona. And it kept telling me to post it. Not only that, I could see that I'd posted it. It had a feeling of being posted. It was like it had already happened. So then I start to feel like, oh yeah, I'm totally going to do that. Because I have believed what it has shown me in the past. Over and over and over, all day long. Even if it's wrong, I still believed it before I figured it out. So I kept feeling like to do it. I kept seeing that I had done it. And then I went, wait, I don't actually want to do that. I want to actually check with me to see if I should make fun of myself like that. I'm all for self-deprecating. It's funny and sometimes it's a nice connected place and people being authentic. But I stopped and I asked myself, do I even want to be self-deprecating? Do I think that I'm crazy on those videos? Do I think I look crazy? Do I? Not id, ego, superego, mind, whatever. Do I? Center, here, presence. And I heard, nope. In fact, I think you're actually acting sane. Maybe for the first time. Because you're not trying to run around and dodge bullets with this guy. And said, thank you. So when it gets busy up here, stop and just ask. Anytime you start feeling tension, anxiety, it's just trying to throw it your way to divert you from the messages coming from I. And so you got to drop down and ask. And it's a practice. Like if any of those agitated emotions come up, it's just trying to divert. So start showing you pictures, movies, anything to scare you into doing something that looks safe. So if I were to confidently post about these videos, like, you really should look at these. There's something you could learn. This would make a difference for the world. This would make a difference for people with depression or anxiety or physical illnesses or whatever. And I just stand by that. Oh, the mind doesn't want anything to do with that. That's vain. That's prideful. That's cocky. People are going to call you out. Don't do that. Oh, and then if you say that, then what are we going to do with this? So it will keep giving me movies and old flashes of things from the past that I felt awkward or, oh, I wish I hadn't done that. So it's trying to make me second guess myself. The problem is I'm seeing that it has nothing to do with me. It's an ill-equipped bodyguard, mind guard, if you will. It doesn't know what the hell it's doing. It got its messages crossed. In fact, last night, it's the last thing I'm going to say, so I can upload this. So you think you know what foods you like. That's a construct of the mind. The mind has told you what foods you like. And it knows that because it references the past. It has nothing to do with what you're about to eat right now. Nothing. But it already created the taste in your mouth, the experience in your body, and everything that goes along with eating food. You already felt it before you ate it. See if you can find that. It's tricky, but see if you can find it. Before you take a bite, see if you already felt it in your body. Gosh, there's a whole other video to do on that, like a long one. Because I can show you, like, frame by frame exactly what that's like. So you already experience it, so it feels normal when you resist it. Or if it doesn't feel right when you resist it. It's like taking a turn on GPS and you go your own route and it's like, oh, wait, and it tries to reconfigure and all of a sudden everyone feels lost for a second. That's what it's like when you don't follow through the messages that the mind already gave you. So last night, I don't hardly ever eat sugar and flour, and I haven't for a long time. That being said, every once in a while it happens. And, but because I've been kind of following my gut on all this, kind of had to, it's new territory, I've been trying things out that I know the mind has always told me how it was for me. That makes you not feel good. That causes this. That tastes good. That doesn't taste good. Don't eat that because you get addicted to it, so don't keep it in the house. Well, I was baking. I decided to bake cookies for this thing I'm going to today. And my son's here, and we were making the cookies. And they came out of the oven, and I tasted one. And then I tasted a few. There were different kinds. They were absolutely disgusting. And I mean, like, I was gagging taking them out of the oven. I thought the smell was so atrocious. That's never happened. Homemade cookies are my favorites. I can make a million different kinds. I'm really good at it. And I had no point of reference suddenly for what cookies were. And I know that sounds totally nutso and dumb, but that's how much you believe what the mind tells you. And suddenly I'm losing points of references for things because they aren't true. Are they bad, right, wrong, whatever? No. It's just a thought to create an experience here and to keep us safe and all these different things, but it doesn't make it true. So here I am allowing myself to eat sugar freely, wanting to see what that felt like, if my body reacted to it. It didn't matter because I couldn't eat the damn things. Can you imagine not being able to eat a cookie that has M&Ms in it or peanut butter cookies or whatever, and it doesn't even register to most minds. It's like, well, I mean, even I don't care how long you just eat protein. If you go back to eating that, it seems like, yeah, I mean, it might taste a little too sweet or it might not be exactly what you expected. But when it doesn't match at all, it's confusing. I mean, every one I took out, I was just plugging my nose, like. And the more you question your mind, the more you feel your feelings, who you are starts to become a blank book. Like lines start getting erased, like, she loves cookies. Well, no. I have no idea what I like. And I won't know till the moment I know. But that's what creating is. That's what presence is. It's the experience in the moment. It's not all the junk from the past. And you might say, well, I don't mind knowing that I like cookies. Well, yeah, I know. Because they're not necessarily upsetting to you, except for when you think you're addicted to sugar and you think you're addicted to cookies, you can't have them in the house, you're trapped again. But what if it wasn't true? What if you don't even like sugar? What if you don't even like pasta? What if you love something you never even tried? This is weird. And everything my mind's trying to throw out at me that's like, no, but this is the truth. This one's real. I'm like, I don't think so. Well, addictions are real. Addictions are real. I don't think so. I think I'm addicted to the thoughts that you send me about my addictions and how I should be afraid of them, how I should hide from them. And what if I don't? And you aren't here to scare me about it. Am I going to drink 10 gallons of whiskey, or am I going to eat 20 pounds of Oreos? I don't think so. Not anymore. Because if I can look and ask down here, and this starts disappearing because it doesn't have the same hold on me, I have no idea, but that leaves you wide open space to create anything. Then things naturally come up that you can try because you don't feel afraid. You know, I'm signing up to do some kind of half marathon or whatever. I asked my nephew last night, and he looked at me like, what? Because I haven't been able to do anything like that in a long time, and now I'm seeing that it has nothing to do with me. I don't care what the x-ray says. I don't care what the MRI says. I don't care what the doctors say. It has nothing to do with me. So I'm going to go do them. That is called the mind of the free. So on the 4th of July, I'm celebrating the mind of the free.